things that aren't true, but they're trying to over exaggerate to make their point. It's,
Yeah.
just be able to see behind, and not always take things personally. Another thing that helps me when somebody comes at me with something is to know that, no one could say anything about me that isn't worse than the truth, to be honest. Um, I deserve help. It's only by God's grace that I'm not going there. So, when I start at that level, like anyone could say anything about me. They could call me a liar, a snake, two-faced, whatever. I mean, you're not too far from the truth, you know.
Yeah. So let me ask you this then. Going forward, how do we get people to be like at peace with one another? Like how do we we want drama. We want like friendly drama though. We don't want like hurt feelings and real tension. We like I don't think anybody really wants that except for me sometimes. But I'm working on like those problems I have. So like how do we go for like going forward knowing and since you don't keep up with it, there's just a lot of conflicting ideologies and people not playing by the rules. I'm guilty of this. Like, how do we go about being less nasty to each other? Like, how do, in the context of a meme group, though, knowing that some of that is necessary,
Yeah,
nasty, but you know what I mean?
I think it's just being clear when you're, your meme character person, or when you're, and being clear when you're not. I mean, hopefully to like this being a meme group, hopefully, gosh, people don't take themselves too seriously. I mean, it's meant for humor, and I think, just having a good sense of humor, having joy, and knowing that, that every day is a good day, when you've been saved by eternal flames. I don't know. I mean,
Right. No, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. I don't think people were expecting like to be edified as much as I think reading the comments, like people are edified right now. And maybe that's been the missing like ingredient is just like people like you that, take the faith serious in the midst of the storm or the drama, whatever you want to call it. And maybe we need more of that. And like,
yeah.
I think like I think we should listen to people like you more.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I
like,
mean,
like sometimes when you talk to people, you can get like, I could talk to someone and I could say, hey, like, I feel like this angry vibe coming over me. Like, not to sound too
yeah,
hippie-ish. Like when
yeah.
I talk to you, it feels Christ-like, man. It like, it legit feels like, it feels pure. It feels like a redeemed feeling. I'm not living the way I should with faith. So when that feeling comes around, I know it when I feel it. And I think we need more of what you got, man. Like whatever that stuff is you're selling, we need some.
Thank you. I appreciate that. No, it's nothing we don't already know. It's the same old answers that everyone gives. Read your Bible, pray. That's, just try to exemplify the life that Christ gave us to the best of our ability. And when we feel people aren't doing that the way we think we should know that we're not the standard. That they're not going to stand before us as judge. They're going to stand before Christ as judge. And, so that should motivate us to try to have a conversation to, sort out our differences, but not in a way where I shouldn't have to, when I'm having a conversation with someone, the goal shouldn't be to win the argument or try to get it right. Well, no, let me rephrase that. It's not to be right, it's to get it right, right? So hopefully I wouldn't go into a conversation like, I defeated you, it's clear, it's in front of everyone, I'm the smarter, godlier guy, and you're, stupid. I don't know. when I think that's actually the opposite of Christ. Now, obviously, we want people to be right thinking, but I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, someone has to have an exceptionally humble character to lose an argument and then change their mind. Usually, when they lose an argument, they just get mad and they leave, or yell,
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And that's the thing. Like, some people, like, Jonathan was just calling me unashamed, calling me a liar, snake, and a con man. But he wasn't doing it to, like, personally tear me down. Like, I know he's doing that because he wants me to stop doing that.
Yeah.
So it's like the arrogance would say, like, well, he's deep farm. I don't care.
Right.
And I responded immaturely to that. But, like, being humble would be me saying that, like, he's right. And, like, I certainly have character flaws. And, like,
well, it's taking when someone like says a name at you, and names are the worst. That's why I try my best not to use them. I try to, when I see something wrong, I try to critique that thing or try and address it. But like when you're saying a name, you're right. It takes super amount of character to really try to objectively say, okay, wait, did I lie anywhere? Was I a snake, or was I, to really like self-evaluate? That's tough.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, that's not what I was anticipating talking about. I thought I was just gonna trash most dank icon, but I guess
well, you see, the problem with that is as soon as you try, it leaves it like invalid. Most dank icon is not touchable. Just saying.
What was the most dank icon war? Nobody's ever answered this question. Like, is it just a war where, like, they were against it and you were for it? Like, what is that?
So it started out with Elijah. He posted it. He's the original one who made it, and I thought it was hilarious. So I just thought I would incorporate it in another meme, and it seemed
The cycle begins.
well received. And then it kind of just kept on going, and I kept on like taking the joke further and further, and like then, but it kind of had like this two groups of people who were loving it and people who were like starting to hate it. But I was like, well, let's see if I can make a joke off of the people who hate it as well as the people who like it. So it just I don't know. For me, it's just a lot of fun, but
How crazy would it be if the most dank icon's the only one of us that gets saved?
Oh, I hope not. Gosh.
All right, so have you ever felt, and it's not blasphemy to admit this, have you ever felt like quitting most dank icon? Have you ever been discouraged? Have you ever been like, dude, maybe I'm overdoing this?
Yeah. When the second meme war happened with Butts, and DLP, or sorry, I'm mixed up. I always mix up acronyms. I have dyslexia. What the group used to be called.
Right.
And that whole drama went out. I was like, oh man, I just wanted this to be like a fun meme thing. I didn't have any intentions of any drama to
Are you
spark
talking
out of
about
it.
like when we were doing most white Keyshawn, and then I said like, hey, chill on that? Or is that what you mean?
Yeah. Well, what was it? Was it with White Keyshawn? I thought it was
if I know what it is you're talking about, it was right before the Boots, defect, however you say his name, Greg. It was right before Greg left Verdang City. You were going crazy with, and like I was trying to give you a war, so like we were trying to do most white Keyshawn versus most dank icon, and it was me, Greg, and other people spamming like 30, 40, 50 posts an hour. And some people on DPLM were like, dude, that's a little much. And that's when I was like, hey, let's stop. I said something publicly, and I apologize for being reckless with words, but I was like, hey, like, let's Like, we don't want to bother people with all of this, like, spamming. And I think it, like, you might have taken that to target you, but it was more towards, like, what me and Greg and the other guys were doing. Like, it was about the most white Keyshawn thing. It wasn't, like, nobody, I don't think, it's truthfully speaking, I don't think anybody minds your memes. Like, they like the consistency. Because it's like a lottery. When you go on Facebook in the morning, you have your coffee, whatever. You log on, you know you're going to see Most Dank Icon, right? But you don't know if it's going to be good or bad. So it's like a lottery. Like, this might be a good, like, when you're scrolling, it's like, this is Most Dank Icon on a telephone pole. Okay, that's, that was a bad one. Dang it. Maybe next time.
No, that's a good post.
Huh?
I said, no, that's a good post.
Oh gosh. But you know what I mean, though? Like, we don't know if it's going to be good or bad. So it's like playing the lottery in a way. It's like, what kind of Most Dank Icon are we getting today? Because we know we're getting that, and that can be counted on. So I mean, yeah.
I mean, I just have to. You have to care. Like, you have to not care whether it's well received or not. You just have to enjoy the art of creating, and just let whatever your mind produces, let it produce it. Not to sound like a hippie, but you just let it flow.
All right. Well, I gotta go eat dinner currently, but
okay.
Let me just call in. I think they want me to call in someone else, and then he said, "Bring back most white Keyshawn."
I don't know if he's actually offended by that. So.
No, Keyshawn, no. So okay. Do you? Last question. Do you see Most Dank Icon going away anytime soon?
That would be impossible. It's immutable.
All right. I don't know why I asked such a good question.
I know.
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna let you go, and then I think one other person call. So it was good talking to you, and I'm really edified.
Yeah. Love you, brother.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye.